Ever set up a brand new Windows 11 machine and felt like you were kind of being pushed into a corner by the setup process? Well, if that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're doing a deep dive into how you can take back control right from the very beginning.
You know the feeling, right? It's a super common frustration. You unbox that shiny new computer, you start the installation, and then bam! You hit this wall that says sign in with Microsoft. It really feels like you're being forced to link your personal computer to an online service before you can even see the desktop. Well, you are definitely not alone in wanting a choice. So today, we're going to arm you with 3 powerful, pretty advanced ways to just skip that requirement completely and set up a good old-fashioned offline local account. Look, Microsoft has its reasons for pushing the online accounts. Things like cloud syncing and integrating all their services. But for so many of us, the ability to choose a simpler, more private, self-contained experience is just everything. And that's exactly where the local account shines. This right here breaks down the main perks. We're talking about better privacy, which means less of your data is getting sent back to Microsoft. We're talking about the freedom to log in without needing an internet connection. And really, it all comes down to having full, uncomplicated control over your own machine.
So, how do we actually do this? Let's get to the solutions. I want you to think of these next 3 methods as your own personal problem solver's toolkit. Each one is a different tool designed to hand the controls of your Windows installation right back to you. We're going to check out this clever little domain join trick, then we'll look at a custom installer you can build yourself with a tool called Rufus, and finally, a completely automated script for a totally hands-off setup. We'll go through each one so you can pick the perfect tool for the job. Okay, first up is this fantastic workaround that's kind of hiding in plain sight. It basically involves using one of Windows' own professional features against itself to bypass the standard setup. The core idea here is just brilliantly simple. By telling the installer you're setting the PC up for work or school, you unlock a totally different path in the setup menu. It's a path that has the option for a local account. It's kind of like having a secret key to a back door. And as you can see, it's really straightforward. You choose work or school, then you look for that little Sign In Options link, and here's the magic button, Domain Join instead. From there, you just type in whatever you want your local username to be, and you're in. You don't even need a real domain. Now, there are a couple of catches with this method. First, it only works if you have Windows 11 Professional. You also have to be connected to the internet during setup, which, fair warning, can make the whole installation take a lot longer while it downloads updates. Okay, let's move on to our second tool. This one is for all of you who like to prepare ahead of time. It's all about creating a special, customized installation USB drive before you even start. So the idea here is to be proactive. You use this free and really popular app called Rufus to create a Windows 11 installer that already has your preferences, like wanting a local account, built right in from the get-go. The prep work here is everything. You download the official Windows 11 file, that's called an ISO, and you grab the Rufus tool. Then you just point Rufus to your USB drive and that ISO file. The moment you click Start, this special customization window pops up, and that's where the real power is. In that little window, you get all these powerful options. The most important one, the whole reason we're here, is right at the top. Remove requirement for an online Microsoft account. You can even preset your local username and turn off a bunch of data collection stuff right here before Windows is even installed. Okay, listen up because this is the single most important part of the Rufus method. For this to work, your computer must be completely offline when you get to the network screen. Unplug the Ethernet cable, turn off your Wi-Fi, whatever it takes to cut it off from the internet. So, once you're offline and you've booted from that custom USB drive you made, the rest is a piece of cake. You just go through the setup screens, and when it asks you to connect to a network, you just confidently click, I don't have internet. Because of the rules you baked in with Rufus, Windows will just nod and proceed to create the local account you already told it to. All right, on to our final and most advanced tool. This is the ultimate set it and forget it method. It's for the power users out there who really love automation. So the whole idea here is to create what's called an unattended installation file. It's basically a script, an XML file, that acts as a super detailed to-do list for the Windows installer. It answers every single question in advance, so you don't have to lift a finger. Now don't worry, you don't need to be a coder for this. You use a simple online tool to pick your settings, including creating a local user. The tool then generates that XML file for you. All you have to do is copy that one file onto a regular Windows 11 installation USB, and the installer will automatically find it and just follow all of its instructions.
And this quote just captures the result perfectly. As the source for this explainer said, the whole thing becomes automated. The installation just runs itself, and when it's done, you're greeted with your desktop and the local account you wanted. No questions asked.
Okay, so we've just covered 3 very different, very powerful tools: the domain join trick, the custom Rufus installer, and the automated XML script. So the big question is, how do you decide which one is the right tool for your specific job?
This table gives us a great side-by-side comparison. The domain join trick is super easy, but remember, you need Windows 11 Pro. It's great for a quick one-time install. The Rufus method is a little more involved, but you end up with a fantastic reusable tool for any PC. And the XML script? Well, it's the most advanced, but it's an absolute game changer for system builders or anyone doing a lot of repeatable installs.
Really, the key takeaway here is that you have options. The power to control your PC setup is back in your hands. Whether you want a quick workaround or a fully automated solution, you now have the knowledge and the tools to set up your computer exactly the way you want to. And this all leaves us with a final, really important thought. In a world where all our devices are constantly pushing us towards online integration and cloud services, understanding these fundamental ways to maintain local control has never been more vital. It's all about making sure that, at the end of the day, you're the one in command.